Then the families, they took care of their homes, they took care of their lawns, they took care of their cars. You would see people washing their cars. The backyards were all well kept. The kids, we played in each other's backyards, the front porches, front yards. And everyone lived in a home. I go down there now and there are boarded up homes. There are homes that have been burned out. It's abandonment. Where homes used to be, there are empty spaces. It's just dirt and it's grass.
Park, 2 houses from the school, just east of William Cullen Bryant Elementary School. We had the field in our backyards, a huge field. At the time, that part of the field that was like the western half was mostly, well, the northwestern part was wooded. So we had forts, we had ball diamonds, we had this playground in William Cullen Bryant with the playground equipment and the basketball court, volleyball court, and then Low Pool was there.
Allowed to play out in the driveway in the backyard. That was it. My dad had even bought me a bicycle. I wasn't even allowed to ride it out front on the sidewalk. I had to stay in the yard. And
from that point on, what began to happen was the community itself began to change. So you'd get your first Jewish doctor. You'd start getting basketball scholarships for African Americans at Case Western Reserve. So it was just the dawning of change.
Technology is greater, the economy is different, dynamics are different, and so over time you have to change, and you have to sometimes accept some things to get to another, right?
In the terrace apartments. They were single family homes, but they were side by side. They had porches that joined together front and back. You had a banister to separate.
I remember when I was like 12, 13, as I said, I started to hang around like South Hills, that area, Spring Road. I remember that area where Jennings Freeway is now, right, 176. That was all cleared out. A lot of the streets had ended, that I had friends that in anticipation of that freeway coming through. We used to call it the gully, that landscape. So we'd hang out there and, guys had dirt bikes and everything.
my oldest girl still has fond memories of some of the kids that she grew up with there. My youngest girl was actually born on that street in another house next door to the one where we were living. When I was 27, I had her.
Think of the way that things were then. There are a lot of people would argue that things are worse now. There are a lot of people who say things are terrible now. But compared to the way they were, they're much better.
Keep your home. Stay invested in the city of Cleveland, because in the future they're going to try and rework this to bring more.
It was depressed. I think it was like more middle of the road type, middle America, Everybody knew everybody.
In Union and Mount Pleasant and Ward 1 used to be a place to live, a destination place to go, restaurants, all sorts of activities. I always lean in, because I'm in business and I go into different cities to penetrate markets, and you want to be in a position to recruit talent to you. You can't recruit talent to go into Mount Pleasant or into the Harvard community. It's not.
My mother told me I wasn't allowed down on Detroit Avenue because of the gang and stuff that hung around here. And at that time they were called the Herman Ghetto Rats.
It was a good time for Cleveland in a sense. There was a lot of optimism. But the conditions weren't on the ground that would allow the kind of changes that we saw taking place now.